Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Boy Xenos here, and today I have a little bit of a different video for you guys. It's build, as it says in the title, it's building tips and or strategies video, and I use these strategies a lot in PGs. They may work most of the time, if not all the time, depending on who you're playing against, but let's jump right into it. This first technique I actually saw on Chronic X's channel, I think about a month or so ago, so it's kind of old, but I don't really see anyone using it. I really only recommend this in PGs, because if you do this in pubs, you're most likely going to get shot out. But anyways, here it is. I'll do it fast first. Alright, so as you can see, what I did there was went 3 ramps up, and then placed a pyramid, edited the top left corner from how you're looking, the top left corner right there, then cone jumped, turned around and placed a ramp. The reason this is so effective is because if you go 3 ramps up, it'll be the same time, or it'll take the same amount of time for your opponent to do 2 90s up this way and try to take high ground, except you will be a half a tile space behind. What I mean by that is, say you're at the bottom of your ramp, your opponent will be at the half point of their ramp already. So from here, I just like to do 90s again, or not again, do 90s and try to take high ground from here. Alright. Second technique I will be showing you guys is, it's pretty standard, has a standard start, but I'll show you guys when we get to it. So double 90 up. Most of the time, people right in this position are they'll be face to face with their opponents. So most of the time, their opponents' ramps will be right here. They're both fighting, trying to see what they can do for high ground at this point. If you are at the bottom of your ramps, even at the very bottom of your ramps, both feet have to be on though. If you look right at the top of your ramp, you can, not right there, have to look a little more up. You can place cones right there. And depending on where your opponent is, if your opponent is on this side, go this way and just left 90 up this way. I say left 90 because the reaction most people have when they get coned is just try to find the fastest way out possible. So when you cone them, they'll be standing right here, and most people's first instinct is to either cone jump or just try to double ramp out this way. But by doing that, by doing left 90s, you already have another advantage because you can see everything they're going to do, and you can try potentially hit shots on them. And same thing goes for this side, except the right side 90s instead of left. I can break this. Alright. So if you cone your opponent on this side, you run over to this side, do your right side 90s, don't mess up like I did. And then same thing I said about the other side, you can take shots at them or already recognize what they're about to do. Most of the time, if they do have fast instincts, they should have started building already, but you should definitely have high ground if you do this smoothly. The third technique I will be showing you guys is one that I've seen all over Twitter and YouTube, literally all over the place. The new, big and advanced building technique, and it's just whatever. But it's pretty standard. I'll show you guys then talk about it because my commentating skills when I play are horrible. But here it is. If I can do it correctly. Alright, so what this is pretty much pushing at someone for high ground, but you have protection in front of you and above you because you're coning yourself, and this also is a double stair wall ramp push. So it's kind of difficult to shoot down if you get really close to them. That way you can just either fight them or take high ground from that point. And at the same time, if they do start spraying down on you from the top, it really has no purpose, because if you do this really smoothly, you're going to keep switching spots and they can't hit you. Alright. And waiting, do I want to show you guys this one? Yeah, I'll just show you guys this one. This one's pretty standard, again, but a lot of people still don't do this. So, same thing, if you and your opponent are going 2 ramps up, you get to this point again. If you have high ground at this point, or you most likely know you're going to get high ground, most people just place 2 cones right here, edit out, and keep pushing for high ground. At this, I would say, at this state in the meta, you would almost have to put floors and pyramids, because most people recognize when you're about to put a pyramid, or you do put pyramids, and they block you with their own floors. So that way you can just edit up. You don't have to double ramp, but I just did, and then take high ground from there. And at that moment, you will have time to look down and look at what they're doing, because at this point, most of the time, they'll be trying to floor you or pyramid or whatever, and then try to see what you're doing. You already have high ground. Alright. This last one, most of the time, not most of the time, if not all the time, happens when the build battle has been going on for a little bit already. Sometimes you'll be in this situation when your opponent is diagonal from you and about 2 or 3 tiles up, spraying down at you, and you keep replacing your floor and your pyramid. So eventually they'll stop, and at that point, what I like to do is edit this corner of the floor, edit this corner, edit both of these corners of the pyramid, jump up, replace this, place 2 walls, edit this, then turn around and start double ramping. If I completely forgot, forgot to say that, you need a roof above you too, or a floor above you. That way you can double ramp and take high ground from there. The reason I think this is so effective, because, what do you mean, brother? Because when you're at this point, they're not really expecting much. They're still looking down on you, trying to figure out what you're doing. If you edit this wall, they're gonna think they're not gonna think that you're being, how do I explain this? They're just thinking that they can get shots off you. They're not thinking that you're gonna actually go that route and allow them to take shots off at you. So it kind of makes their brain pause for a second and think you're going that way, when in reality you're double ramping and taking high ground from them. Alright. Is this still? Oh. There we go. Alright. The last one I want to show you guys is one I saw from NV Colin Frags in one of his YouTube videos. Definitely more an advanced move, but I'm still trying to perfect it, and I definitely haven't yet, but I've gotten a lot better at it. It's called the protected cone jump. What you want to do is, if someone's right on top of you and you want to take high ground and do a cone jump, most of the time people are predicting when you're going to cone jump down, and they'll either block it or counter it by placing their own floor and editing you in and taking a shot off. The way you can protect it, place a floor and then a pyramid above it. Edit these 2 out, place a wall and a pyramid and a floor below you, so the pyramid's above you and the floor, and then double ramp this way. And then 90s for high ground or whatever you want to do. It's so effective because with this wall, they can't block your floor and make it their own floor, and they can't take shots off at you before you place the first ramp right there. And then if they place a floor right here and try to follow you, you can cone them with the second cone too, and then have high ground. It's a very effective method, but it is really hard to perfect and do very smoothly. I'm gonna try to. Nope. See, it's very hard to actually get down smooth, but when you do, it's extremely effective, like I said. It is also harder to get down on controller too, but I'm sure I'll perfect it one day. Alright, and that is the end of the video, guys. I appreciate all of you for watching. If this helped your gameplay at all, or you liked the video, make sure to leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Appreciate all you guys very much. I just messed up. And hope you all have a great night. Peace.